Yo, what is up, guys? Oscar here with a new video, and this is going to be discussing Real Madrid 3-0 Sheriff Tiraspol post game reaction and analysis. But before I get into that, though, I'd like to remind you all that I'm trying to hit those 100 subs, guys. 100 subs, ladies and gentlemen. Before the end of the year, we're approaching the end of November. 1 month to go. Come on, guys, help me get there. Trying to reach that goal to get, if you guys have any if you guys have any feedback, leave it in the comments down below. Let's get there, guys. Let's hit that sub button, hit that like button. All right. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this game, shall we? So Real Madrid beats Sheriff Tiraspol 3-0, and it was a big game. I was nervous because Sheriff did upset Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu, but Real Madrid just decided to take their anger and, embarrass them back 3-0 with 3 fantastic goals, may I add. But very, very important win. So now Real Madrid right now sits at first place because they have the head-to-head over Inter de Milan. But Real Madrid will be taking on Inter in the final Champions League group stage match. And for that one, they need to win that to be in first place, or at least draw. A win or a draw keeps them in first place. So basically, they can take on, the second place teams. And right now, it's, from what I'm seeing, the only second place team that I could think of that could scare Real Madrid right now is PSG, and I'll do probably some fantasy stuff, fantasy booking or whatever, once we get a clearer picture of the round of 16. But there are certain groups out there that things can break a lot of different ways, so I'll do that at a later time. But Real Madrid, They are right now in first place. They got to win against Inter to keep it that way, or at least draw to keep it that way in the Santiago Bernabeu. So, 3-0. It really didn't look that way the first few minutes of the game. In fact, it looked like Sheriff was going to score first. I was not convinced. The defense kept, the Sheriff players kept on getting behind. The Real Madrid defense kept on getting ahead of David Alaba, and Eder Militao, Dani Carvajal, and Ferland Mendy. So, I was kind of nervous. But then here comes the free kick for David Alaba. It was a toss in the air of who was going to take it between David Alaba and Toni Kross. And David Alaba took it and scored a goal with it. It was an incredible goal. Gives Real Madrid the 1-0 lead. And they again pressured up, but then again Sheriff Tiraspol kept on putting on the pressure to, try to tie it. And again, I was kind of panicking. But then Toni Kross, when Toni Kross, Luka Modric, and Casemiro are on the same page and on the field together, I am happy that the deadly trio, the midfield three of those 3 guys right there, are back in full force. They're able to, link up. It was Rodrigo to Modric, Rodrigo to Kroos, Kroos to Benzema, Benzema to Vinicius, Vinicius to Rodrigo, Rodrigo to Toni Kross, gets it into the goal. And if I missed a player, I apologize. It was a lot of action for that goal. Toni Kross with an incredible goal. In fact, there was, a bit of controversy, or not controversy, but there was a little bit of confusion because the Real Madrid players and the Sheriff players were kind of confused because it didn't look like it went through at first. But, it took a few seconds, and then the referee gave Real Madrid the goal 2-0 at the half, and I was feeling fine. Sheriff just, as much as they tried to get into it, they didn't. And then, of course, Karim Benzema does Karim Benzema things with his own goal, makes it 3-0. So, basically kills off all the momentum of Sheriff. Sheriff now is guaranteed a third place finish in the group stages. So I'm happy Real Madrid got the redemption there, because they felt embarrassed in their own home to lose to a team that they could have, they should have beaten at home. But they were able to turn the tables and get the win 3-0. There was some notes that I noticed, like David Alaba getting hurt, but it sounds like he's okay. They subbed off Toni Kross. I hope he's okay. Ferland Mendy as well. Hope he is okay. The way that, the circumstances that were made, makes it concerning. But all I saw was David Alaba on the injury report. But they say that he should be fine. Good to go. Ancelotti saying it was a good win. Toni Kross with, again, the midfield. There's a lot, there's not much I can say. The midfield, it's the best part. When those three guys are on the pitch, Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos, those guys, have an incredible chemistry. And, they had a lot of, the completions, not a lot of mistakes, on their part. But the completions to each other, completed passes, it was basically out of this world. I don't have the stats on me right now. But from what I read, it was like 80% each guy, passing it to each other. Karim Benzema, there's not much I can say about that. I'm not even, not much, best player. We need him. Real Madrid needs him. On there, Rodrigo and Vinicius coming on to their own. Rodrigo, he did not have a goal, but he was responsible for the Toni Kross goal, and I want to say he was responsible for maybe I think he had an assist with Karim Benzema. I could be wrong, but Rodrigo could have had a goal of his own. So could have Vinicius, but Rodrigo, just missed opportunities, which was in the first half. But like I said, these guys are young. They're gonna have their games where they, they're gonna keep on learning. There's not much you can say. So Real Madrid get the win. Next up is Sevilla. Another, a team that right now is in the top 4 in La Liga. So Real Madrid gotta, celebrate this win, but move on. Move on to the next challenge, which is Sevilla. So let me know what you all thought of the Real Madrid performance yesterday. Like I said, I'm happy that Real Madrid got the win, 3-0. Got the redemption off of Sheriff, and now they got to close it out by either getting a win against Inter or a draw to stay in first place, so that way they could, potentially get an easier fixture. Who knows? But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Focus on last night's victory and also move on to Sevilla, which is on Sunday at 3 p.m. But alrighty, guys, it's y'all's turn to write in the comments. Let me know what you all thought of Real Madrid's performance last night. What did you all think of the Toni Kross? In my opinion, man of the match goes to Toni Kross. He was all over the field. Almost had, he got his goal, but he had a few other calls as well. Could have had an assist as well. I'm really happy that Kroos is healthy and this midfield is healthy. Who knows what it's going to look like when Fede Valverde comes back, because Fede Valverde is actually pretty young, and there are times where Real Madrid need him as well. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting. Alrighty, guys, that'll do it for this video. Like I said, rate in the comments. Make sure you hit that sub button, guys. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Until then, keep it real. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.